Okay, so we're live. Let me just fix this a little bit. All right, so we are live and we are talking today about whether or not you're crazy if you are trying to conceive, but you haven't started exercising, losing weight, and if you're currently overweight. So, the reason why I'm talking about this today is because this is actually these are three of the things that came up when I had asked some women, what are some things that you feel guilty about, or what are some things that you know can help you to conceive, but you haven't started yet. And these three kept coming up over and over and over and over and over again. I haven't started losing weight. I know I need to exercise, but I haven't started exercising. I'm overweight. And then other things that went along with that, such as having started eating healthy. Peace to everyone coming in the room. Hello, hi, I'm Natasha. I haven't even introduced myself, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do that now. So I'm Natasha Winter. I'm a natural fertility coach, and so that means I help women who are trying to conceive to go about that the natural way, right? And so again, these are three of the topics that come up. Three of the issues that come up for a lot of women is that they are told that they have to lose weight. You're told that you have to start exercising. You're told that you're overweight, and so that these things are going to prevent you from conceiving, and that they are going to make it harder for you to conceive, and that these are things that you have to do. So what happens is that if you're not motivated to start exercising right away, a lot of times what can happen is that this just becomes another layer of stress. So it's just another thing to get you down every day that you have not started exercising, another thing to, weaken your morale every day that you have not, hit the gym or the treadmill, or that you haven't started, any type of cardio or lifted any type of weights, bust a sweat, right? And, as the days go by and the months go by and you're like, you haven't started yet, and, you maybe you're gaining more weight. What can happen is, again, we know you're going to probably get more depressed, and then that's going to probably trigger you to just eat more and eat more and eat more, put on more weight, more stress, and the cycle continues. So what I'm telling you is that you do not have to do all of these things. You do not necessarily have to stop. You don't have to start exercising necessarily. You don't necessarily have to start losing weight. And if you're overweight, it doesn't necessarily mean that you cannot conceive, right? We see this every day. We see women who are overweight or on the plus size conceiving with no problem. We see women who do not exercise at all whatsoever, but are clearly not a size, I don't know, 4 or 5, right? That are conceiving with no problem. And I want to share a little bit about what I know of where a lot of this messaging comes from, right? And from what I understand, this messaging is coming from women who are seeking the IVF route. So when you're going for things like IVF or IUI, or you're going for these ART procedures, and ART stands for artificial reproductive technologies, when you're going for a lot of these procedures, you become like they try to put you into their sort of categories as to who is going to be an ideal client, or who is going to get the most success out of their methods. So in general, women who will get the best success from IUI or ART, right, are, for depending on which clinic you're going to go to, they're going to be a certain weight. They're going to have a certain BMI, a body mass index. They're going to, they're going to fit into one of these categories. So if you don't, they're going to tell you that you probably, you need to go and lose some weight and come back, right? They're going to tell you that, you need to start exercising. They're going to say, hey, you're overweight. We can't accept you right now. Lose 50 pounds, lose 30 pounds, and then come back, right? And so that is what I know that a lot of this messaging is coming from. At least that's what I've seen so far. Outside of that, there are instances where losing weight can help you to increase your fertility, right? And again, this depends. It depends on where you're at right now. If you're already if you're trying to conceive, but you're on the skinnier side, or you're very athletic, losing weight is not necessarily going to help you at all, right? Because then you can put yourself into an energy deficit. And if you put yourself into an energy deficit, your body just will not necessarily have the energy to supply your body with enough hormones to create the hormones, to produce the hormones. So therefore, you may not menstruate, you may not ovulate, right? So in that case, losing weight, exercising, these are not pillars necessarily of increasing fertility in that case, right? So that's not going to help in that situation, right? So just going by this standard, losing weight helps to increase fertility, is not like a definite equal. It's not a definite protocol or one size fit all for everyone, right? So in that case, it's not going to work. Where it can work, where it may possibly help, again, depends. But like, say, for example, if you have excess estrogen in your body, losing weight can help to reduce your fat cells, or maybe the amount of them, which can help to reduce the receptor cells for your estrogen, or your estrogen sites. Limit the amount of estrogen receptor cell sites that you have for estrogen to bond to. And the reason why you would want this is because estrogen, again, causes things to grow. It can trigger other things in your body to form, such as fibroids, polyps, and endometriosis. Okay, and in this case, these things, they can grow, they can block your tubes, they can make it an inhabitable space for a fertilized egg to attach to your uterine lining. And so you don't want to create a situation that's going to make it harder for you to conceive based on having more estrogen cells. So a lot of times too, exercising, losing weight, reducing, your body mass index in that case may help, right? Because you can reduce the fat cells, or the amount or the size of them, which can help to limit how much estrogen you are intaking into your body. And then it can help in that way. And again, so the other way is, again, just reducing your estrogen intake. So if you start like some type of diet or exercise program, and you're watching your diet, you can be limiting the amount of estrogen you're putting in your body that way. That doesn't necessarily mean that you need to start a diet to lose weight. It could just be that you're maybe switching your diet or going on a healthier diet, right? And by doing this can help you to, again, limit your estrogen intake. So these are some things that help to, like, I hope that helps to clear up the confusion about whether you have to lose weight and you have to exercise and you have to not be overweight to conceive. It's not necessarily true, right? And so what it is, like I've explained, estrogen can be an issue. And a lot of times the clinics will sort of, they'll dictate who their ideal client is. And then that can help implant this messaging in our minds that, you have to lose weight in order to conceive. That already assumes, again, that you're overweight and yada, yada, yada. But if you're not, all of that, again, like I said, it's not necessarily going to benefit you to lose weight. And so we see this again with a lot of women who are more athletic. That's just not something that you need to do. So, if you're thinking, I haven't started losing weight, and, you're being stressed out about that on a day-to-day basis, and, you're aware that this can help, right? It doesn't, again, necessarily mean that it would necessarily help in your case, but, again, it may help. And I can talk about some reasons why it may help, but I really want to focus on trying to, make it clear to you that this is not something that you need to overly stress yourself about, right? So let's just talk about that for a second. Why losing weight, why you might want to, or let me see. like I'm trying to show you, there's other ways where you can achieve what exercising would help you to do, right? So some other benefits or reasons why you would want to lose weight, or not necessarily lose weight, but start an exercise program, or again, do these things or start exercising, is that it can help to increase circulation. And so this might even be more important than actually losing weight itself, increasing the circulation in your body. So as you know, when you're exercising, your blood is pumping, you are intaking more oxygen, and things are more flowing in your body. So we're talking about lymph fluid, again, blood circulation and oxygen, 3 very important things that need to be not blocked, that don't need to be, you don't need to have blockage in this area. So, a lot of times through being sedentary, sitting down a lot, you can have stagnation in your body. So this could be stagnation in your lymph fluid, and your lymph fluid helps to carry toxins out of your body. But the problem is that your lymphatic system does not have a pump. There is no, nothing pumping the lymphatic fluid out of your body, and your lymphatic fluid can consist of toxins that are carried, from your body, and they help your lymphatic system helps you to excrete it out of your system. But there's no heartbeat pumping this lymphatic system along. So that is where things like exercise can come into play, because it can help to benefit you to lose that weight. Hi, babes. Right? Okay. So that's where exercise can help and come into play. Right? So, and then again, you also don't want stagnant blood flow, right? And when you're exercising, this helps to speed up your heart rate, which is going to help to pump more blood into, parts of your body. And ideally, when we're talking about circulation, you want your womb center to be more to have more circulation, to have more blood flow, and blood flowing freely, and circulation flowing freely, to get rid of the toxins, and to also introduce healthy nutrients into your organs, into your womb area, right? So this is where exercise can definitely help, right? But again, we're talking about circulation. You don't necessarily just have to exercise to increase your circulation. There are tons of other ways that you can increase your circulation. There are several other things that you can do that are not like strenuous, stressful, that are not implying that you're too big or you're too large in order to conceive or anything like that, right? There are other things that you can do to help to increase circulation in your body. And even outside of increasing circulation, there are some other things that you can do to help, even do things like to reduce estrogen, right? So if you do have a high estrogen load, there are some things that you can do to reduce the estrogen load. And can get him? Because he's not feeding. Right? There are other things you can do to reduce your estrogen load, right? That don't require you busting a sweat, that don't require you going to the gym, that can work no matter what your size is, and this is, again, outside of even doing things like circulation. So there are dietary things that you can do. There are supplements that you can take to increase circulation that can help you to achieve the same or similar things that exercising would. And this is not to say that exercising or losing weight or anything like that is not going to help you at all, or there's no benefit to it. There's definitely benefits to exercising. Like exercising can help to tone the uterus, right? It can help to, and when I say tone the uterus, that means to make your uterus function better, to make it more, again, firm, because a lot of times our uteruses can become weakened. They can, like, it's a muscle. They can become weakened. They can become sort of like just not functioning at its best, right? So when you do exercise, you help to increase the tone, which helps to, helps it to function better, and, helps it to perform the way it should, right? So definitely there are benefits to doing these things, right? But I just want to let you know that, again, it's not like a, if you exercise, you will get pregnant, or if you lose weight, you will get pregnant, or if you are not overweight, you'll get pregnant. It's not like that. And, again, you don't have to do these things. So many other ways, right? So increasing circulation, and again, other things such as supplements, and things like that can help to reduce estrogen if the estrogen was the issue, right? And even toning, even as far as toning your uterus and your womb goes and so forth, there are still other things that you can do. You can do other things to tone the uterus without exercising, without taking any supplements, without doing all these other techniques. But you can still achieve the same results. So when it comes to natural fertility, right, you have tons of options. You have tons of alternative methods and different ways to achieve sort of the same result or similar results, the same end goal, right? And so it really, at the end of the day, will come down to your unique body, your unique situation, what it is that you want to do, what you're willing to do, what you're not willing to do, what you want to do, and what you don't want to do, right? So if exercise is something you don't want to do, if you don't feel like you want to stress yourself out, like you don't want the added stress of what losing weight would look like, you don't necessarily have to go that route either. And if these things are something that is challenging for you and is difficult for you, I want to let you know that you're not crazy, that you haven't started these things yet, or that if that's something that you wanted to do and you haven't, you're not, there's nothing. I started exercise program a couple months ago and I was doing really, really good, but it's like you stop for a day and you're like, oh, I'll do it tomorrow. You do it tomorrow, and then the day after that you stop again, and then before you know it, there goes your whole exercise routine. A week has gone by, you have not done anything. A month has gone by. So it's not, even once you start, it's not necessarily easy. I have definitely spoken or dialogued with women online who said they started and they just couldn't keep up. They just couldn't stick with it. I definitely get that because if you've been on my email list, you know that I have mentioned that, I started an exercise routine, bomb exercise routine, and I'm probably going to one day show it to you all. But I really enjoyed it. But and I was having results, definitely massive results. I was doing it to sort of lose weight, or to tone my body, whatever, just for fun. So I was definitely getting results from it. But, it wasn't like something that, I guess for me, it definitely wasn't something that I had to do. It wasn't something that I really felt like, it just didn't fit into my lifestyle at that long term. At the moment when I started it, definitely it was a good, thing for me to do. But it just didn't work out. Right. So for you, it may just not, exercising may just not be your thing. It just may not work out. You may have started it. You may have even gotten your husband or, to help you, to join you, or a friend to join you. And then the both of you just was like, it's just not working. Right. And then another thing is that like a lot of as women, we don't necessarily need to be doing these strenuous exercises. What we have been told and taught is exercise. A lot of times these are things that are very hard on the body. They require you to do, you got to do an exercise before the exercise, because you got to do stretching, and you got to stretch afterward. So a lot of times these you think you're going in for like a 30-minute cardio, but that 30-minute turns into a 50-minute exercise routine, because you got to do maybe 10 to 15 minutes of stretching in the beginning, and then you got to do 10 to 15 minutes of stretching in the end. And then you find out that you're hungry as freaking hell. So you got to go and make sure that you create a whole bunch of meals. You got to meal prep, you got to drink your protein shake. Okay, so that takes another maybe 30 minutes to an hour or something like that to prepare. And then after that, you're tired. So now you're sleeping. So that's 5 hours. I'm exaggerating a little bit because I don't go to that extreme, but I know that there are some people that exercises their life. But like now, you could possibly have 2 hours out of your day could just be devoted to just exercising. And that might not work out for you, right? So to expect that for, as some sort of one size fits all solution for natural fertility or for fertility definitely is not something that I would suggest, because it's like, why are you doing all that stuff if you really don't want to, if you really don't feel like if it's really challenging, if it's really too hard, but you're not ready for that. Because I really do feel like when it comes to exercise, you sort of, once you start, it really, it's like anything. Once you start, you realize it's not that bad. You can do it. But if you have blockages, just saying that makes me have blockages. But if you have blockages to even starting, first of all, we have to work on what are those blockages. Like, why don't you want to exercise? What is it about losing weight that, why you haven't started that yet? Why do you think you're overweight? Or what is it about, that like sort of, what is hindering you from taking action, right? So there are blockages. You have to work on those blockages. But these blockages should not stop you from conceiving, like losing weight and all that stuff. That's a whole nother personal realm of, trying to find solutions to. But it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to now focus your entire energy on why don't I want to exercise and why don't I want to lose weight. But it is something to look into if you truly do want to work out, right? Let's work on the other areas in the meantime, right? We can do other things in the meantime that may give you the energy that you need in order to work out. Because if energy is a problem, if you feel like you're just so tired that you just can't get up and do 100 jumping jacks, or if you feel like planks and all these things are just too hard, they just take too much energy out of your body, maybe you need to do something else, right, that's going to give you the energy. And then when you wake up in the morning, you're like, oh my God, I gotta go jog or light walk or whatever the case, that's going to, you just have all this energy in your body that you can exercise. You're motivated to exercise. You almost can't stop yourself, right? So maybe you need to focus on something that's going to give you the energy, right? So that can be, again, a motivator if, again, there were some blockages, and if maybe low energy is one of the reasons. Maybe you're not in the right space to exercise, right? Maybe if you focus on doing something else, creating space for doing self-care, you might one day say, hey, I can actually use this room that I've been doing all my self-care practices that I created just for fertility. I feel like I could use this room, maybe that, by focusing on something else that can help open the doorway if, again, you truly want to exercise, So just focusing laser on just exercise, being overweight, losing weight. If it's not serving you, you can let it go. If it's not working for you, it's not something that you need to do. It's not something that you have to pressure yourself and prep yourself up every day and every night, only to be disappointed, when the night is over, the day is over, and you have not done what you have been, setting yourself up to do. And, the night comes and you're disappointed, you're stressed, possibly crying and depressed about it some more. And again, starting the cycle of eating more and, putting on more weight. So instead of doing that, like I said, just, accept the fact that, if this is not something that you want to do, that you really don't have to do it. Not just because a fertility clinic is saying, hey, we're not going to take you right now because of your body mass index or because of how many pounds you weigh. That shouldn't don't let that drive you insane. Don't let that be a deterrent from you even continuing on your fertility journey, or from you taking action in other areas, or from you just having positive self-esteem about yourself or anything like that. Oh yeah. So yeah, like you saw, just another example, okay, to show that you do not have to exercise to lose weight. You've probably seen the whole Lizzo situation where just because she decided to do some type of cleanse, that, you know, the whole white community was mad at her for losing weight with this cleanse that she was drinking or consuming, right? So again, that's another example of something that you can do to lose weight. You don't have to hit the gym, exercise, bust a sweat. If it's enough to get tons of fat white women mad because Lizzo, who they were holding up as, you know, their mascot, in my opinion, they were just using her, you know, to feel comfortable for being overweight. But if that's enough for them to get upset, and all she did was drink a few shakes, and I think it was only for a short period of time, then, you know, that's again another example of where you don't have to exercise to lose weight, right? So plenty of opportunities outside of exercising, right, in order to lose weight. Again, being overweight is not going to stop you from conceiving, because we've seen plenty. I'm sure, you know, has anybody seen that? Have you seen where women are, you know, again, probably, you know, overweight by whatever standards, and they're conceiving? How is that? That goes to show that it's not your weight, your size doesn't necessarily dictate whether you can conceive or not. And so the next thing I want to say is that, you know, this is not to say that if you are on a weight loss journey or something like that, that you know, with to try and conceive, that you should just stop. I'm not saying that either. Do what is right for you. Do what is helping you. If you're seeing results, if you're starting to see that, hey, you're ovulating more regularly, you're menstruating regularly, then, you know, continue doing what is working for you if that's something that you want to do. But at the same time, like I said, it's all about, you want to reduce stress. Did you come here for me? You want to reduce stress. You want to reduce stress. You better go back out there. Yeah. You want to reduce the stress. So, you know, if not stressing about losing weight is going to help you to lose weight, then that's what you need to do. So that's all I want to say. As you can see, yeah. Right. So, hi, mommy. Hi, mommy. Yeah. So yeah, that's what I want to say. You know, you're not crazy if you haven't lost weight because you think that's something that can help, or you're aware of that's something that can help. I hope you can see why, you know, that messaging has been propagated, and, you know, just continue to you know, stay on your natural fertility journey. And by that, you know, you don't necessarily have to go by what the IUI clinics or IVF clinics are telling people. So that's all I want to say. If you have any questions, definitely let me know so that way I can answer them in maybe a follow-up video. Okay. Right? So let me see. I didn't notice too many questions coming in today, but I'm streaming on like 2 different cameras. So I will see. So let me know what you think of this video. Are you on a weight loss journey yourself? Are you trying to lose weight? Yes, this is live. Let me see. Okay. So yeah, if you're on a weight loss journey, let me know. Or if you were thinking that you wanted to lose weight to try and conceive, why is that? You know, why do you think you need to start exercising? Or why do you think being overweight is a problem with trying to conceive? You know, and again, just know that it's not necessarily something that you have to do. So that is it for this video. Definitely check out maybe tomorrow, and I will see. I'll let you know if I'll make another video, probably by a notification or through my emails or something like that. So I'm Natasha Winter, your natural fertility coach. My website is natasiawinter.com. You can check me out over there. And that's it for this video. All right. Take care.